Hello guys, and welcome to another solo leveling arise video. In this one I would like to show you how I beat Vulcan. So I barely beat him, not gonna lie. It was quite difficult to do the exact amount of damage and it was down to the last second. But it's a good reference team for people that are stronger. So for free to players, it's also a good reference in case you have a stronger Alicia or a stronger Seo, because this is like very low spec team, yeah, very low spec team. It's just that it has, well, one of them has decent gear. You will see that the Beast Bike supremacy is real, yeah. So let me just explain the overall team and then I'll go gear on each character. But first, yeah, we have Beast Bike, which is the king of bleed and the king of underpowered teams for hunters. Sung Jin-woo world and Hunter world are very different. You have way more advantages with Sung Jin-woo, but here with hunters it's a bit more difficult because there's not that many things to play around with. Like there's no 70% diff break. There's nothing like that. So you need to use other means, and in this case bleed is a really good tactic. That's why I use Beast Bike. Alicia is just the main DPS. She's water elemental, the best DPS unit, self-explanatory. And then Seo is a breaker, but I lack damage, so I don't need just somebody that can break fast. I need somebody that can deal decent damage, and Seo is the best candidate for that. Maybe Avaricious could also be in that slot, but arguable. I don't have resources to test her. As for shadows, Tusk is a really good one. So Tusk is the best shadow authority to use with Alicia, especially if you want her to be a main DPS. Igris is a must combination with Beast Bike. The combination of both deals so much damage. You just don't see it because it's damage over time and it doesn't look like a lot of damage, but it is a lot of damage. Then we have Iron. Iron is really good because of the death break. So you don't have ways to death break with this team except for Iron, and he's really good just because of that. As for gear, full burning blessing for Beast Bike. He's not meant to be a DPS in this fight. He's just let's say a bleeder, and then all he does is support Alicia. It doesn't have a lot of level ups on his skills. As you can see, only 84,000 total power. And yeah, these are his stats, although they're not really important, but just for completion. And you can see just plus 10 artifacts, nothing fancy. Oh, this one is plus 20, but really it doesn't matter, trust me. You could use a plus 10 and I think it would be about the same thing. As for Alicia, it's really important to put the best gear you can for her. The best one that I had for hunters was toughness and cursed. With expert, I had her on champion on the field, but the expert is better for longer fights, and I did put the best ones that I could find for her. For skills, the core attack is really important to have high leveled. I wanted to get it to level 10, but I wasn't able to. I could level this up further, which I will, but I would recommend to have this level 10 and these 3 level 7. If you can, then that's fine. Or then if you have enough resources as well, you can get this to level 7. As for stats, these are her stats. Note that she has an A5 weapon, so this gives her quite a good buff for damage. Then finally, Seo. Seo is an amazing breaker, the best water breaker in my opinion. She's in solid analysis burning grid because you want to buff Alicia more. The handicap in this battle is huge, so you want to do as much damage as you can, and burning grid is one of the ways to do it. I only had resources to have the basic skills and the ultimate up at level 7. If you can get there to level 7, and I don't think you're at the point where if you're free to play low spender, you're not at a point where you can invest more than level 7 skills on Seo, but if you can, do it and get it to level 7. These are her stats. As you can see, nothing really crazy. because she's mostly a breaker, but she also does decent amount of damage. Now that I've showed the composition, I'll just quickly explain the overview of it. So the idea is to start applying the bleed and maintaining the bleed while doing break, and then DPSing with Alicia by using the shadows as much as possible. So you want to try to land shadows in a way that they apply not only the bleed but also the defense break. Those are the most important skills to apply in the battle. Although the defense break might get difficult at some iterations, but that's also fine. And then once the defense break is applied, you can use skills like the ultimate of Alicia and so on, so that you can do more damage. And also Seo's ultimate, which gives decent amount of damage. Yeah. Now that that's explained, let's see the fight so that I can explain it a little bit further. Okay, so first step is to apply the bleed. So you want the bleed to be up at all times. That is important. Whenever you see the bleed icon blinking, you know that you have to switch to Beast Bike. Yeah. So these are just normal rotations where I just use some of Ali's skills, and I try to get on the back of Vulcan most of the time. Every time you can, just do it, because it's the best way to skip damage that he might do, and also saves you some evasions as well. You can also use the sides, but it's safer to do it on the back. Yeah. This bike is usually just using the skill 2 and then just switching to Alicia. Sometimes it will have a bit longer rotations, but that's fine. So now we've broken Vulcan. Now there's little reason to be using the leg heavy skill, so you just want to use the punch after that with Seo, because what you want to do is apply shields so that everybody has shields and they have more survivability. As you can see, he's quite slow. That's a good advantage for the fight. In this iteration, when I summon the shadows, I summon them and they cannot apply the defense break for Vulcan. In general, it's very difficult to do it with the mobs, because the thing is that you don't know what they will target. But I didn't have a lot of time there to think about let me get a better position, so I just summoned them, and well, unfortunately that made me miss not only a defense break but a bleed of Avaricious. So it's alright. If you can do it better, then you know that that's an improvement there. Then it's just regular rotations, nothing really fancy. If you kill the mobs early, you have a better chance at killing him, because the problem with having the mobs around is that targeting Vulcan, even with the targeting functionality, can be a little bit of a hassle. Okay, and now I'm summoning the shadows so that and then as soon as I see the defense break, I cast the ultimate. And this is a really tight fight. So see, I ran out of MP there as well. So Alicia doesn't have MP anymore, and same with almost Seo. Seo is almost out of MP as well, but not as bad as Alicia's. So in this last rotation, you need to be very careful with that movement, because otherwise, then yeah, it's going to kill you in one hit. That's how bad it is. And then with Alicia, I see that I only have 1 second left, so I just throw whatever skill I can, and I barely beat him. There's the showcase, guys. As you can see, really tight fight. Hope it was insightful to you. If you like these kinds of videos, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.